So first steps first, we're going to build the frame for this monitor. This monitor is 32 inches, but they always measure TVs diagonally. We don't care diagonally because we want to frame this in. We want this to be on the inside of our frame. So this measures 28 3/4 wide by 17 inches this way. And remember, the plexiglass is going to go up like that off the back of this, which is really the front of this TV, and I can read stuff this way. It's backwards. That's the way we want it, because when it hits this plexiglass screen that you'll see as we build this teleprompter, as it hits that, it's going to show the words to the talent that sits out front, and your teleprompter software has the ability, you just click a little button in the teleprompter, and it says activate talent is the one thing, and you'll see the screen, and then you just hit a button and it'll flip it so that they can read what this is showing on this plexiglass that you'll see. So the frame is the most important part of this build. It's 17 by, just once again, my brother used to say, John, measure twice, cut once. So 28 3/4 by 17. So my frame, when I build it, and I'll show it to you, it'll be a 2x3s. I want a little bit of meat on the support structure of the teleprompter. The other stuff will be just 1x2s. You know, I don't need any big structural stuff. But the main structure is going to be this frame. It's going to be 2 legs in the front, 2 legs in the back. The 2 legs in the front will be longer than the ones in the back because the ones in the back will only go from here down, and the ones in the front will go from the floor up to accommodate the plexiglass that you're going to see later. Okay, I'm being slow about this so that you get it and you understand really what you're doing. So I'm going to go frame the 2x3 frame so that this fits inside it, because I'm on a tripod. Again, if you're not going to use a tripod and you just want to lay a monitor in, just measure your length and width. Maybe you just want a 24-inch monitor, I don't know. Mostly they have laptops, it's a 12-inch screen. I'm old, like I said, I want to be able to see my teleprompter, and I want to be able to see the words on the thing from 6 feet away, although they advise that you stand 10 feet from it so that nobody can tell, like in the newsroom, that you're actually reading stuff that comes across your teleprompter. Okay, so my frame is going to be built for this to fit inside of it. If you're not using a tripod, you're going to build your frame, okay, in this case 17 by 28 3/4, but I would then add 2 more 2x3s and just screw them in here and here to make a frame here and here to hold this on the top of the frame that you're building. So this doesn't really matter. What matters are the sticks in the back and the sticks in the front and the 45-degree angle of the plexiglass. Okay, so I'll be right back with the frame. Just built a frame around the frame for the monitor. So let me move in a little bit, because now the plexiglass is going to go from here up at a 45-degree angle. So what I have to do is line up the pieces. I marked it. See the little mark right there? That's about where the plexi is going to end, and then down on the frame, sorry that was quick, it's going to be just behind the monitor. Okay, so I want to make it so that the plexiglass is laying solid here. So to do that, you get your trusty little pen out and you're going to do a 45 to mate this to this. So you want to just have a 45 angle like that on both ends. This end and down here, which would be this mark here. So I'll make the 45s and I'll put the other frame on the other end and the one across the front, and we'll show you what it looks like with the plexiglass up. Stand is just about ready to rock and roll. I gotta add the camera mount to go through the plexiglass around mid-screen, so I have to measure up from the back. I'll show you in a minute. But you can see the plexiglass on there now. The sides are on, supporting it right here, up the top. It's straight. Back here, there is a screw holding it where I want it to hold it up on the peg. Another one here, and one here from the back to keep that screen this way so it doesn't go in toward the monitor more. Alright, so this is the back end of it where the camera would look through. As you can see, if I get up to mid, right, I'd say here, that's midway, that's where I want the camera to be sitting, right here. And as you can see, if you were the camera, whoever's out there can't see the camera really, but they can read whatever the monitor down here is projecting up onto this plexiglass straight piece. I've used mirrors before, but then you got to carve out a place for the camera, and it's tough reading the print. So there's the front of it. I'm going to trim, because I don't need anything now. I know what's what. I'm going to trim this off just about here and the same over here, because when I drape that black cloth across the front and the sides to block everything out, including the light, then the monitor will be right there. The black cloth will drop down that side, and drape over the top after the camera. It will be stapled across the top here. Obviously no black curtain here, but it'll be stapled to that board there, drape across the back. It'll be stapled to this side here, and it'll be stapled to this and stapled to this post. So the triangle of cloth will get stapled. No staples in the back, because you want to get at the camera and adjust the camera every now and then. So the black cloth will be stapled on this side the same way. All three sides, triangle. This side, this bar, and down here. Okay, I'll be back to let you see the rest of it in a short time. For the camera mount, I measured up 12 inches from the bottom of the frame to about the middle of the lens, the plexiglass. Now, the plexiglass goes way up there. The words are only go up to about here. So you have to know that, because the monitor's only 17 inches, remember? Stick the tape in there. 17 inches. So if I go up 17 inches, that would be about the end of the words up there. So halfway up, I want the camera right here. So I'm just going to put a flat board or something right here, because all I have is a 1080p webcam, which is great, but I want it right there, and I want it touching that glass. Okay, be right back. Flat board like this. I'm going to put it right there. You can't hear it, but it's just touching that screen right there. So obviously I'm going to cut it right there, and I'll be done with the camera mount. That's wide enough on that piece for my little camera. Perfect. Can't wait to get this thing rolling. Right here, I've cut that on a bias, 45 degrees, so it fits flush up against the glass. And back here, I'm just going to snip that baby off right there. So the camera mount is now positioned. It's nailed down. Everything is cool. And I'm backing away so you can get a good look at that frame that you're going to build. And again, it all started with that frame for the monitor. In my case, it was 41 inches from the back of the monitor to the floor. And then you want to structure it in so it doesn't move, or put it on casters, whatever. But you still, even if you put it on casters on the 2x3s down there, you still should structure it in so it's solid while you're rolling it around your studio, whatever you have. Now, I'm looking at this whole frame, as are you, through my camera, my cell phone, and it appears like there's no plexiglass there, right? That's the whole idea. You see, when the camera goes right there, touching that plexiglass, it's going to see the talent. And then as we get off to this angle, you can see the shine of that plexiglass as it lays in there. And that's the side view of the structure, the teleprompter. Now, before this goes into the house, I'm going to take 2 back screws out, the bottom screws. Let me point it out again, here and here, to remove the plexiglass, slide it out of the way, because before it goes into my house, I got to paint everything black. And then when the cloth goes on top of it, everything is black on the teleprompter, because you don't want any source of light bouncing off wood or anything else. So everything is going to be flat black. And I get a can of spray paint from Lowe's, put that thing on a tarp and spray the crap out of it tomorrow. And then this will be in the studio tomorrow, up and running. Well, the teleprompter skeleton frame is painted black. It's mounted on the monitor. I have a camera looking directly at me through the plexiglass. You can't tell anything, can you? So now I'll turn this camera that I got aimed in the front here back that way, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is facing the teleprompter that I built. It's not in motion right now, and as you can see, the print is backwards. But if I go to my regular screen, I can flip that so that the talent, in this case me, can easily read it. So I have put the teleprompter screen right up here in front of your face so that you can see that I'll be reading that, and you can see it scrolling. I might ad-lib a few things here and there. And I probably will, knowing me. Okay, I'm going to start that prompter from my desk over here. It says start. Before I do that, I have to close the talent window, open the talent window, and as you can see, I'm reversing it for myself to read. I'm going to expand it so that it's a big one. And now I'm going to read from the script. Here we go. Hello there, YouTubers. I've built the teleprompter and for under $250. As you can see, the teleprompter does its job by reflecting backwards on the plexiglass screen that I built into the prompter. Now, the camera itself sits on a bench behind the glass so that the talent, that's me, can read the prompter text. The frame itself, as you already know from experience with me, sits on top of my 32-inch monitor, and I'm using the new Prompt Dog's teleprompter software where I can flip the script from the mirror image to a readable image on my prompter right there. Now, I can also color the text. I can color it white, or I can color it yellow, or I can color it green, or I can alternate between the colors for each paragraph so that the talent, me, can differentiate and slow things down, speed things up. You can do all that kind of stuff with that teleprompter. Now I'm ad-libbing. As you can see, the scrolling has stopped.
So that's the scoop. Now the next little portion will be the last as I fade this how-to video out. I'm going to show you the nuts and bolts up close of the teleprompter with my cell phone. Be right back. Okay, so here's the prompteroo, and as you can see, the monitor is right there flat, and the front of the TV is back there, so that when the words reflect upwards to the plexiglass panel that you cannot possibly see, because I can't, but it's there, then the text will be put onto the plexiglass. Let me move in. Right here, now you can see the reflection. And then I have to reverse it using my teleprompter software. Now, let's move in. Now you can see the camera clearly, right there, sitting on its little post. See it? So, some words just came on. TV must be on somehow. Don't ask me how. But anyway, I then covered this with the black cloth right here, as you can see. Staple here, staple here, staple down the sides, nothing in the front. And as I drag it down to the bottom, you can see the structure of the black painted teleprompter now. And it works like a champ. Let me go around to the other side and show you that. Of course, the other side means the back. Ugly, huh, from the back? But there are the staples going up the side there and down along the bottom here. In the back, we want to leave it loose as a goose because it's hanging on top of the camera. And I also put 2 stakes in here, one there, and one there, raised it up about 12 inches just to accommodate the cloth. You need the cloth, the black cloth, to block out all the light. And that's the other side. And again, going down, you can see the structure itself. Mine's on a tripod. Your monitor can lay flat as a pancake on top of the frame that we built, that you know we built. You saw it. Okay, so that's the scoop. There's the teleprompter. It works like a champ, under $250. Right there is the teleprompter that I built. You can build that teleprompter as well. And not for $2,100 like you see online. And you might not like it. So to build one for $221, to me, made sense. And it works like a champ. I just used it today, August 19th, 2021, and that's when I am finishing this how-to video on how to build that teleprompter. Okay, where I got the cost from is this. The monitor cost $129, most anywhere, for a 32-inch. The plexiglass, it measures 30 inches wide, 28 inches tall, and it's pretty thick, which you need. You don't want some flimsy thing. But that was at Lowe's, $35. The wood was $30 a few years ago. It would have been $8, but you know the price of stuff today. And then the cloth, that black cloth I bought at JoAnn Fabric. You must have one near you. And that cost $27. So the total was $221. $221 to build a teleprompter. What? Only in America, right? But it works like a champ, so... And you've seen me work it, so you can do the same thing. In any event, thank you for paying attention. If you do build one, a teleprompter, let me know. Click a link on this video here, and I'll take a peek at it, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll direct people over to your YouTube channel to see what you did. Everyone should have a shot at building a teleprompter, especially a YouTube video guy or girl, or man or woman, however you want to do it in today's stupid vernacular. All right, with that, I'll see you on the next how-to video. See you later.